Good evening, peeps. I'm Andrew, or One Star Peeps, and tonight we have another round of the Geeky Teas Prime Championship. Again, it was sealed, so each participant was given 3 decks, and they picked their favorite. And here are the decks chosen for round 3's participants. On our left, we have. Oh, actually, this is a super exciting one. This is a matchup between 2 of our Prime Championship winners. Rob on the left won. I forget the name. The game. I want to say he won the game chest over in Torrance, and Daniel won the GMI Prime Championship. Rob's Prime Championship was also sealed like this format, so high hopes for him. Anyways, what has he got for us? They've both picked very good decks, both the identical houses. That's a very rare occurrence. Both tied on expected Amber. Rob does have a small edge on Amber pips, but Daniel does have an edge in the efficiency. A very minor difference in Amber control. What are we looking for? I'm looking for double dis. I want to see EE on the fringes. Key to dis is huge. Double poltergeist is also very strong in sealed, because in sealed you can generally rely on your artifacts a little bit more. Oh wow, the game's already started. Let me get rid of this deck list here. All right, so looks like Daniel started off with a powerful turn of Kirby into Hologramophone. What does Rob have to answer? Rob's got Candle Unit. He's down a card too. Oh, I guess he mulligan. And Rob's first turn, he's staring at that Poltergeist being like, is it worth it? Or maybe he sees his transporter platform. All right, Draining touches the Kirby. Poltergeist probably really wanted to get a creature out so he can get that ward, but probably couldn't risk a Daniel playing something like a Daughter and just warding it right away. Alright, looks like he draws a not finished with you, a Walls, and Scientific Hack. Alright, so more Star Alliance nonsense out of Daniel. Medic Ingram, Walls, and a Calvin. Calvin says fight, reap, draw a card, and it is one of those creatures that you can add to upgrade your own creature. It's an upgrade or a creature. Lightning fast, Rob responds with 4 Logos cards, steals 2 if Daniel has 8 or more, gains 1 Amber, plays a Candle Unit, Scientific Hack, and artifact action, pick a house your opponent cannot reap with those. It is Seismo Entangler. Anyways, back to Daniel. Daniel switching up to play some sort of upgrade. Looks like Kincan's Blaster. Reaps with Medic. Deals 2 damage to Candle Unit. Does 2 damage to its armor. Candle Unit takes 1 damage, I believe. And also Rob gets to draw a card here. Oh no, Medic fights. Sorry, Medic fights and then deals 2 damage, and then wards a different creature. Interesting. Okay. Trying his best. Oh, then Calvin fights. There we go. Nice. Gets to draw a card from Calvin's fight. That was a very short-lived Candle Unit, and an excellent play by Daniel there to remove Candle Unit without giving Rob the opportunity to draw. Plays another upgrade. Cloaking Dongle. Reaps with Walls. Has nothing to get back, unfortunately. The Hologramophone is not a robot. And not an upgrade. Seismo Entangler. No more reaping for Star Alliance. Also, I get to play him. He plays a Millie. Archives 3 cards. And that's his turn. Seems okay. Daniel can just go back into Star Alliance. I have no problem with that. Draws a card off Calvin. Wards his Medic once again, kills the Millie. Oh no, he can't reap thanks to Seismo Entangler. Alright, so Daniel has a little bit of choice here. Not that big a deal. Just play a different house for the most part. Ooh, oh, there's the E on the fringes. That's big in this matchup. Rob has a couple discards, and some Amber in his discard pile for. Sorry, E on the fringes is a 1-power elusive creature that says whenever you discard a discard, you may purge a discard from a discard pile if you do steal one. So here he discards his Draining Touch to purge Rob's Poltergeist to steal one, and then steals one. And then he opts to play the Creeping Oblivion to gain 1 Amber, and it purges 2 cards from a discard pile. Instead of stealing one there. He strategically chooses to leave the Draining Touch there, so there's more discards for him to target with the EE on the fringes should it survive. And he has his own poltergeist that he just now drew into, which could be very beneficial here. Definitely wouldn't mind getting rid of that Seismo Entangler, considering he wants to reap a bunch with his Star Alliance creatures. And Rob is sitting at a fistful of discards. Obviously, this one, I feel like, this is Festering Touch. It deals 1 damage to up to 2 creatures, and if they're already damaged, it deals 3 damage. So kills the E and puts 1 damage on the medic. Interesting choice. Bornit plus Dendrix and Eterome. Eterome says reap and destroy a creature of the most popular house with the most creatures. Pops his scientifical hack so he can use any artifact, and he uses his Seismo Entangler to prevent Star Alliance from reaping once again. So this might force Daniel here into his 3rd house, Logos. Or there's lots of good fight opportunities with a Star Alliance. Not necessarily, they're all fairly small. He could do stuff like fight medic. No, he can't fight medic. I was thinking fight medic into melee, but it's not gonna happen. Anyways, does go into Logos, plays Anomaly Exploiter and Sanitation Engineer. Like someone timing around, something like that. Rob pulls a clock for some reason. So Anomaly Exploiter plus Reassembling Automaton and a Sanitation Engineer. Positron Bolt. Alright, chooses to start with the Eterome to basically get rid of the melee, put some damage onto Eterome and Bornit. And that's about it. But now there's 2 creatures that the Anomaly Exploiter can exploit. Daniel did forge his D names. I'm so sorry. Does have his first key. Eterome reaps to destroy Calvin. Bornit reaps to reveal the top 5 cards of Daniel's deck, and then Rob gets the purge 1. I think Quantrino Flux is a good choice here. Yep, some good board control despite Rob's known hatred for the card Binding Iron. Good on him for not letting that bias get in his way. Alright, so Dendrix goes in and fights looks like a Medic Ingram here. Medic gets destroyed. Dendrix takes 3 damage, and now Daniel has to discard a card from his hand. Now all of Rob's creatures are damaged and open for the Anomaly Exploiter. And he removes a Twin Bolt. Oh, that would have been great. That Twin Bolt basically would have meant Daniel had the ability to remove almost all of Rob's creatures. Alright, so Rob has 5 disc creatures on the board. Daniel is in a dire straits. Malison and Spider. Interestingly enough, I feel like the Malison could maybe pick on this Reassembling Automaton to just keep stacking Amber, always having a creature to fight, so we can always keep pulling Amber off of Daniel's pool, pulling Amber out of Daniel's pool. Anyways, what can Daniel goes Dis? Library, Poltergeist, Seismo Entangler, not allowed to reap with Dis, clearly. And Draining touches the Malison. Sounds reasonable. Interesting thing to think about here is that the Eterome cannot reap anymore, also have to destroy a disc creature. But Rob's gonna get a second activation out of, actually no, he's not gonna get a second activation out of Bornit. So essentially, he what is that archived card? I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. Here we go. Goes into Star Alliance, plays a transporter platform, and puts an upgrade, a blaster on Spider. A lot of hopes for that creature living. Plus a Chan with something else. Looks like another blaster. Oh, Chan's blaster on Chan. There we go. Which allows Spider to fight, which lets it also get the blaster trigger, so murders a bunch of creatures. Kirby comes out, play and doesn't get Kirby effects, but this Daniel is really having a tough time sticking a board. He needs a board wipe stat. He's been doing his best with the positron bolts and the twin bolts and stuff, but it's just not enough. He does have thermoplasma here that could not going to do a whole lot. He needs to get rid of the Kirby or the Chan would be huge here, especially with the platform. He needs to find a good answer for this problem. At this point, it's just dig for answers. I don't recall if he had anything that he could just dig for. Let's see. What does he do? I see information exchange. That's steal 1. Rob's at 1 key, 3 amber. Daniel's not too far behind at 2 amber and 1 key. Anomaly Exploiter will start doing some work. And even exploiting the getting rid of the spider gets rid of one of the upgrades, which Rob's transport platform gives them a lot of advantage out of having. There is good cause for that. So he can kill the spider. He can kill the. He can kill the spider. He can kill Bornet. It still gives Rob a lot of Star Alliance goodness to do. It just minimizes the effectiveness of Chan. The Eterome is basically useless, considering Rob just has complete and total board dominance right now. Definitely don't want to reap with it, so getting rid of 2 of Rob's disc creatures forces Rob to basically have access to 1 disc creature he wants to be able to use, which is still not a good spot to be in, along with getting to reap with the Chan and or the Chan and the Kirby. So what is Daniel going to do here? Let's pull up this deck list real quick before he makes it. What could he be looking for? Oh, wait. Judge Call tries to figure out what spider is what's going on with Spider. Don't know what the conversation is about, so back to the deck list. What can Daniel look for? Well, while this Judge Call is happening, what does he need? He lost his Quantrino Flux. He has what else we got? Positron Bolt, Twin Bolt, Thorium Plasmate, all accounted for. Wormhole doesn't do anything. Finger Snap. Ooh, this is tough. Another Draining Touch. He might have one of those. He might have his own Festering Touch. He could do a lot of work here. A second E on the fringes. Yeah, not a lot of options here in Daniel's deck. He needs to build up a board of his own at this point, but it's too little, too late. I feel like. All right, Thorium Plasmate. Your choice of disc creatures to destroy. Choose Eterome. Interesting. Oh, chooses to fight here. Okay, kills Dendrix. Nominally exploiters the Hornet. And then information exchanges to steal 1. I guess he has no cards left, no creatures on the board. Didn't play any, so Spider doesn't get uber amounts of value like it did last time. Rob is staring at some more discards. Fran comes into play, captures 1. Fran comes into play, captures 1 onto the other Fran. He does have a Fran's Blaster. That is that's my guess what's on the Spider there. So when Chan reaps, he can reap with the Spider, and then the Spider reaps, it moves over to the Fran, and then all the captured amber on Fran goes back into Rob's pool. He uses Kirby to play Poltergeist to archive a card thanks to Daniel's Library of the Damned. And here Rob gets to steal basically steals 3 amber this turn. So he's going to reap, understand where the blasters lie. Reap with Spider. Sorry, reap with Chan. Go to 5 amber. Reap with Spider. Move Fran's Blaster to Fran with the 2 amber on it. Oh. Oops. Oh, interesting. Alright, so deals 2 damage to Fran from the blaster, moves Fran's blaster to Fran, gets to take the captured amber on Fran, put it into his pool, transported platforms, essentially heals his Fran, replays it, captures one onto Fran, puts blaster on top of it, and steals one. And gets to take that amber into his own pool again, steals it again. That is a steal 3, gain 1 amber from the 2 Frans and the blaster, on top of all the extra reaping he did. Daniel pretty much has nothing in his deck that can answer this insane amount of amber control and amber generation. He needs Graft, basically, at this point, right now. This turn, or else the game is even farther out of his reach. There's a Kincan. That's not going to do it. Kincan is actually really bad in this matchup, considering they share all 3 houses. Kincan? Kincan. Lots of Kincan. Kincans cannot. Galactic Senses. Gain 1 amber, I think. If there's 4 or more houses on the board, he gains an extra amber. If there's 5 or more houses, he gains even more. If there's 6 or more houses, then he gains like 4. Rob has to take an important phone call, I guess. And that will be it. So Rob is going to forge his second key here. Daniel is struggling to get back on the board. Both the scoreboard and the physical board. So, what does Rob do now? I see an Evil Eye, which is whatever, it's Amber. And a Cutidus are 2 playable things off the Chan. Alright, Reaps. Daniel's probably looks like Daniel's like, wait a minute, how much amber are you going to steal from me every turn until I deal with these Frans? And Rob's response is all of it, basically. We Reap with Fran, captures on the Fran, moves Blaster to Fran, gets that amber. Steal 1, it's basically having a Dusk Runner at this point. Both of his Frans have Dusk Runners. And should he ever decide to, that Dusk Runner can deal 2 damage instead of stealing 1. And also he gets to play the gain 1, steal 1 every turn as well. Chan Reaps, deals 2 damage to Kincan and lets him use Spider. Rob's board is basically is fairly unbeatable at this point, unless Daniel has a literal board weight. He needs Axiom. He needs something significant here right now. What could he have? He's got Starlines. He could have a Red Alert. That would be huge. He could have we looked over his deck list. He doesn't have these things. So was Rob worried about this point? Even he's sitting at untold amounts of amber. Not untold. We can count it. 6, 10 amber. Evil Eye, he's just gaining amber at this point. He just needs to play around, I don't even know what. A Maverick too much to protect. A Legacy Maverick Shatterstorm. Not even that won't do it because he doesn't have amber to deal with. There's very few cards that Daniel could have that could do anything about this. And the worst part about it is even that information exchange in Daniel's deck only cares about steal, and technically the Fran Blaster trick is not stealing, so we can't even like get extra value out of that, despite all the steal that Rob has. So that's it. Good job, Rob. Congratulations on winning round 3 of the Geeky T Prime Championship. Your deck is absolutely amazing. You continue on this trend. Good job, Daniel. Excellent match. Thank you for performing well today. It was very exciting to watch you play. And thank you everyone at home for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you get notified when the next round goes live. With that, thank you and good night.